Hello and welcome to day 49 of our journey to read the Bible every day for 1 year in chronological order. Today we are going to read Leviticus 16 to 18. Leviticus 16. How the high priest must enter into the holy place. And the Lord spake unto Moses after the death of the 2 sons of Aaron, when they offered before the Lord and died. And the Lord said unto Moses, Speak unto Aaron thy brother, that he come not at all times into the holy place within the veil, before the mercy seat, which is upon the ark, that he die not, for I will appear in the cloud upon the mercy seat. Thus shall Aaron come into the holy place with a young bullock for a sin offering, and a ram for a burnt offering. He shall put on the holy linen coat, and he shall have the linen breeches upon his flesh, and shall be girded with a linen girdle, and with the linen mitre shall he be attired. These are holy garments, therefore shall he wash his flesh in water, and so put them on. And he shall take of the congregation of the children of Israel 2 kids of the goats for a sin offering, and 1 ram for a burnt offering. And Aaron shall offer his bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself, and make an atonement for himself and for his house. And he shall take 2 goats and present them before the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron shall cast lots upon the 2 goats, and one lot for the Lord, and the other lot for the scapegoat. And Aaron shall bring the goat upon which the Lord's lot fell, and offer him for a sin offering. But the goat on which the lot fell to be the scapegoat shall be presented alive before the Lord, to make an atonement with him, and to let him go for a scapegoat into the wilderness. And Aaron shall bring the bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself, and shall make an atonement for himself and for his house, and shall kill the bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself. And he shall take a censer full of burning coals of fire from off the altar before the Lord, and his hands full of sweet incense, beaten small, and bring it within the veil. And he shall put the incense upon the fire before the Lord, that the cloud of the incense may cover the mercy seat that is upon the testimony, that he die not. And he shall take of the blood of the bullock, and sprinkle it with his finger upon the mercy seat eastward. And before the mercy seat shall he sprinkle of the blood with his finger 7 times. The sin offering for the people. Then shall he kill the goat of the sin offering that is for the people, and bring his blood within the veil, and do with that blood as he did with the blood of the bullock, and sprinkle it upon the mercy seat, and before the mercy seat. And he shall make an atonement for the holy place because of the uncleanness of the children of Israel, and because of their transgressions in all their sins, and so shall he do for the tabernacle of the congregation, that remaineth among them in the midst of their uncleanness. And there shall be no man in the tabernacle of the congregation, when he goeth in to make an atonement in the holy place, until he come out and have made an atonement for himself and for his household and for all the congregation of Israel. And he shall go out unto the altar that is before the Lord, and make an atonement for it, and shall take of the blood of the bullock and of the blood of the goat, and put it upon the horns of the altar round about. And he shall sprinkle of the blood upon it with his finger 7 times, and cleanse it, and hallow it from the uncleanness of the children of Israel. And when he hath made an end of reconciling the holy place, and the tabernacle of the congregation, and the altar, he shall bring the live goat. And Aaron shall lay both his hands upon the head of the live goat, and confess over him all the iniquities of the children of Israel, and all their transgressions, and all their sins, putting them upon the head of the goat, and shall send him away by the hand of a fit man into the wilderness. And the goat shall bear upon him all their iniquities unto a land not inhabited, and he shall let go the goat in the wilderness. And Aaron shall come into the tabernacle of the congregation, and shall put off the linen garments which he put on when he went into the holy place, and shall leave them there. And he shall wash his flesh with water in the holy place, and put on his garments, and come forth, and offer his burnt offering, and the burnt offering of the people, and make an atonement for himself, and for the people. And the fat of the sin offering shall he burn upon the altar. And he that let go the goat for the scapegoat shall wash his clothes and bathe his flesh in water, and afterward come into the camp. And the bullock for the sin offering, and the goat for the sin offering, whose blood was brought in to make atonement in the holy place, shall one carry forth without the camp. And they shall burn in the fire their skins, and their flesh, and their dung. And he that burneth them shall wash his clothes, and bathe his flesh in water, and afterward he shall come into the camp. The annual feast of atonement. And this shall be a statute forever unto you, that in the 7th month, on the 10th day of the month, ye shall afflict your souls, and do no work at all, whether it be one of your own country, or a stranger that sojourneth among you. For on that day shall the priest make an atonement for you, to cleanse you, that ye may be clean from all your sins before the Lord. It shall be a Sabbath of rest unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls by a statute forever. And the priest whom he shall anoint, and whom he shall consecrate to minister in the priest's office in his father's stead, shall make the atonement, and shall put on the linen clothes, even the holy garments. And he shall make an atonement for the holy sanctuary, and he shall make an atonement for the tabernacle of the congregation, and for the altar, and he shall make an atonement for the priests, and for all the people of the congregation. And this shall be an everlasting statute unto you, to make an atonement for the children of Israel for all their sins once a year. And he did as the Lord commanded Moses. Leviticus 17. Offering the blood of slain beasts at the door of the tabernacle. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron and unto his sons, and unto all the children of Israel, and say unto them, This is the thing which the Lord hath commanded, saying, What man soever there be of the house of Israel that killeth an ox or lamb or goat in the camp, or that killeth it out of the camp, and bringeth it not unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation to offer an offering unto the Lord before the tabernacle of the Lord, blood to offer, blood shall be imputed unto that man. He hath shed blood, and that man shall be cut off from among his people, to the end that the children of Israel may bring their sacrifices which they offer in the open field, even that they may bring them unto the Lord, unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, unto the priest, and offer them for peace offerings unto the Lord. And the priest shall sprinkle the blood upon the altar of the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and burn the fat for a sweet savour unto the Lord. And they shall no more offer their sacrifice unto the devils, after whom they have gone a whoring. This shall be a statute forever unto them throughout their generations. And thou shalt say unto them, whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers which sojourn among you, that offereth a burnt offering or sacrifice, and bringeth it not unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation to offer it unto the Lord, even that man shall be cut off from among his people. All eating of blood is forbidden. And whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn among you, that eateth any manner of blood, I will even set my face against the soul that eateth blood, and will cut him off from among his people. For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your souls. For it is the blood that maketh an atonement for the soul. Therefore I said unto the children of Israel, no soul of you shall eat blood, neither shall any stranger that sojourneth among you eat blood. And whatsoever man there be of the children of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn among you, which hunteth and catcheth any beast or fowl that may be eaten, he shall even pour out the blood thereof, and cover it with dust. For it is the life of all flesh, the blood of it is for the life thereof. Therefore I said unto the children of Israel, ye shall eat the blood of no manner of flesh. For the life of all flesh is the blood thereof. Whosoever eateth it shall be cut off. And every soul that eateth that which died of itself, or that which was torn with beasts, whether it be one of your own country or a stranger, he shall both wash his clothes and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the even. Then shall he be clean. But if he wash them not, nor bathe his flesh, then he shall bear his iniquity. Leviticus 18. Unlawful marriages and unlawful lusts. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Lord your God. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do, and after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do. Shall ye not do, neither shall ye walk in their ordinances. Ye shall do my judgments and keep mine ordinances, to walk therein. I am the Lord your God. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, which if a man do, he shall live in them. I am the Lord. None of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him, to uncover their nakedness. I am the Lord. Their nakedness of thy father or the nakedness of thy mother shalt thou not uncover. She is thy mother, thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. The nakedness of thy father's wife shalt thou not uncover, it is thy father's nakedness. The nakedness of thy sister, the daughter of thy father, or daughter of thy mother, whether she be born at home or born abroad, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover. The nakedness of thy son's daughter, or thy daughter's daughter, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover, for there is thine own nakedness. The nakedness of thy father's wife's daughter, begotten of thy father, she is thy sister, thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's sister, she is thy father's near kinswoman. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy mother's sister, for she is thy mother's near kinswoman. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's brother, thou shalt not approach to his wife, she is thine aunt, or thine aunt. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy daughter-in-law, she is thy son's wife. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy brother's wife, it is thy brother's nakedness. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter, neither shalt thou take her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter to uncover her nakedness, for they are her near kinswoman, it is wickedness. Neither shalt thou take a wife to her sister to vex her, to uncover her nakedness beside the other in her lifetime. Also thou shalt not approach unto a woman to uncover her nakedness as long as she is put apart for her uncleanness. Moreover, thou shalt not lie carnally with thy neighbor's wife to defile thyself with her. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through Sorry, I paused the video because I had to drink something, because I had something stuck in my throat. I think I was at verse 21 of Leviticus 18. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy God. I am the Lord. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind, it is abomination. Neither shalt thou lie with any beast to defile thyself therewith, neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereto, it is confusion. Defile not ye yourselves in any of these things, for in all these in the nations are defiled, which I cast out before you. And the land is defiled, therefore I do visit the iniquity thereof upon it, and the land itself vomiteth out her inhabitants. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, and shall not commit any of these abominations, neither any of your own nation, nor any stranger that sojourneth among you. For all these abominations have the men of the land done, which were before you, and the land is defiled. That the land spew not you out also when ye defile it, as it spewed out the nations that were before you. For whosoever shall commit any of these abominations, even the souls that commit them shall be cut off from among their people. Therefore shall ye keep mine ordinance, that ye commit not any of one of these abominable customs which were committed before you, and that ye defile not yourselves therein. I am the Lord your God. So this time I actually have 3 things to say, and I'm going to start at the beginning. So not at the beginning, I think it was Leviticus 17. It was somewhere here, I remember. It's always the problem that I remember that I want to say something about something, but I don't remember where it was. I just know, just the spot where it could be. So the first thing was here, where I just wanted to put the color of evil, which was the color red, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure actually, but let's look, because we can always make mistakes. Yeah, it was evil. And I just wanted to put the color here, because here it's written, and they shall no more offer their sacrifices unto devils, after whom they have gone a whoring. This shall be a statute forever unto them throughout their generations. And since the word devils is mentioned, this was already enough for me to make the red sticky tape here. Because we don't actually have many mentions of a devil or devilish things. We have wicked things a lot actually, but not so much where it's specifically mentioned devil, or in this case devils. So I'm actually just going to mark it here, and I'm not going to circle it. It's pretty obvious when there is this color. And then it was something right under here. Well, I just wanted to put the color of law here, even though just like these ones where you shouldn't sleep with your father, mother, or like your uncle or something, that's pretty I wouldn't put any color there, because it's pretty self-explanatory, I guess. The blood also, I don't really eat blood or drink blood, if that makes sense. Is there even well, here it's written eat, so I guess maybe it's also bloody meat or something like that. Well, it's referring to the meat of an animal, so probably. But I just want to mark it with a color, but maybe not the color of law, because actually now I remember why I wanted to mark it. In the first place, it was because it's written here that for the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your souls, for it is the blood that maketh an atonement for the soul. And there it's written again somewhere here, For it is the life of all flesh. The blood of it is for the life thereof. Therefore I said unto the children of Israel, ye shall eat the blood of no manner of flesh. And I actually don't know where I'm going to mark it. Maybe on the other side, because we already have that here. Of it is for the life thereof. Yeah, it makes more sense to mark it here. I'm going to put it like that, and I want to write next to it, or actually I just want to say something about that, because when I think about blood, I think about human, I think about life, but at the same time, maybe it's a bit weird to think about that instantly, but I just think about what is it called in English, blood donations, or also just taking blood for yourself, for your health, to see what is going on in your body. And I actually find it interesting that we can also have a connection to, well, what is written here and what is actually going on in our life, because when we are sick or something and we need medication or something like that, well, they first check your blood. So it also says about your whole body, it says about your whole being, if you're healthy, if you're unhealthy, if you are missing something in your blood, some vitamins, or I don't know, something. And I just think that here it's just awesome to think that, well, yeah, it is our life. It's life of all flesh, and it can be so vulnerable in many cases where people need blood donations, blood transfusions, and everything. So to stay alive, and I just find it interesting that if we think about it, it's really, really, really important. Because actually, I don't know if I thought ever so can we say deeply, I don't know, about like blood, because we all know it's important. We all know that we need it to live, but I don't think that I ever thought like it is something that makes us us and makes us a living thing. And because often I think about water, and also here we read a lot about water and how it's important to be cleansed with water. So I always thought that this is really, really important, because we also can't live without water. We can go like 3 days, I guess. I think it was 3 days without water. And so that I know it's really important, but since in our daily lives we don't really think about like blood is so important, because who's taking it from us? Luckily we don't have vampires around or something, so it's okay that we can just have our blood to ourselves. Maybe when the mosquitoes are there or something, then okay, then it's a bit harder, but in other cases it's, I just think that like in our daily lives we don't really think about it, even though it is so important in our daily lives, because we couldn't live a day without blood. So so that's just a side thought for me to this verse, or to this paragraph, I think. So I'm going to write next to it, blood keeps us alive and able to be with God on earth, because I sure hope that after I lose the blood, I'm still with God. But at least on earth, we are only when we have the blood in us, because then it's the only time we are really existing out of like the idea of moving on to heaven after that. So I think it's also why it's so important to God, is that it is also a way for us to communicate to God, because if we lose our blood, if we are not able to be alive anymore, well, we can't really ask for forgiveness to God, and we can't really, well, do anything because we're dead, right? I think that then it's a bit too late to ask for forgiveness, but we never know. Maybe it's never too late, but luckily after that we have Jesus. So, but still, I think back then that's why it's so important to God also to cherish it, and to cherish the blood, and that we don't eat it or drink it from other animals just like that, and that in that way I think we value it more, and that it's not something that we just drain from a animal or something just to consume the blood, I guess. And I'm going to put next to it not the color of law, because like I said, it's pretty self-explanatory, and so I'm going to put the color of, well, I don't really have a color for humans, and love doesn't match really here. A place neither. I think the best one that would match here is the color of God again. Or the color of law, after all. I don't really know. That's always so difficult for me. Oh no, actually, the color of science would match here. Because, well, it's science, right? We only exist when we have blood in us, we only exist then. So it makes sense that he's saying, for it is the life of all flesh. That it makes sense, because, well, that's science also, right? Or am I not making sense? Well, so I'm going to put the color of science here, because we are out of blood, so our flesh is out of blood, even though water and other substances are in there too. But this is the most important part, I guess. No, it's not the most important part. Actually, everything we have is important for us, because we cannot only function on water or on blood. So everything in the mixture that God has made for us, it is important. So but the color of science actually works well here, I think. And then the last thing that I wanted to say for today was somewhere here. That is for sure. It was this part. It was somewhere here, 25, verse 25 of Leviticus 18. So it was written, and the land is defiled, therefore I do visit the iniquity thereof upon it, and the land itself vomiteth out her inhabitants. And from where I understand this verse, it's probably about, like, because he's talking about inhabitants, but like we saw before, it's like individual laws to not sleep with this person or this person, and it makes sense that here, for example, do I have a good example? I don't know. But if we think about, like, people who make bad decisions, they can, like, affect themselves, but they can also affect another person. I actually don't have a good example for that, but maybe we can take, like, politicians. if they make a sinful decision for the country, well, we are all in the mess because of them, because his sinful decision, or like being part of a scandal or something like that, it makes all the country crumble in a bit, because, well, for example, if there was a scandal which was very heavy, well, he has to be replaced, and maybe with a weaker option, like with a person who's not that good, or who does not have the best intention in mind. And by that, I just want to say that if someone makes a sinful decision, it can be that it also affects other people, and most of the time it does affect other people, because everything is like, it's like the butterfly effect, right? When something happens, a whole other thing is happening at the same time, because this thing is happening. So it's like a chain reaction, right? And I just think that here it's written that, well, if we all as a community work on being I wouldn't say a community without sins, because again, we are humans, but a community where sin isn't that that popular, I guess. When it's like that, we have better chances of surviving, and to not have, like he says here, and the land itself vomiteth, that we don't have a land that vomits us out, I guess, or that we can all see it in our nature, all the natural catastrophes. So we see that it's already happening. So if we didn't made those decisions before, well, probably most things, I would say, again, not based on facts, based on my opinion, most of the things wouldn't have happened the way that they do now. Not in this in this how can we say it, in this what is the right word? It wouldn't be that much of a problem, or this much of a big problem, you know what I mean? It's like there would have been catastrophes, but I think that they wouldn't have been that big of a deal, because they would be minimal, and we would have things that we can regulate to try to keep them or like volcanoes or something, keep them calm. We would have made decisions before to not have an earth where many things are not evolving right, because we made sinful decisions. We made selfish decisions, and which is sinful too, because we would never have thought that we come so far, probably, in life or in the world. I just think that this part here is like really important for like our whole society, because we often think that, well, I'm doing this mistake, it won't have any repercussions on other people, but in the end it often does, and which is really sad, because we are all just trying to figure it out, I think so. So I understand that for many people, for me, I don't exclude myself, so me included, we often don't think that far ahead, I think, and we think of how to get through it in the best way possible, but maybe, well, most of the time it's not the right decision. So we have to let God lead, let God's commandments, have God's word guide us, and I think we will all be better off if we follow that. So I'm just going to write next to it let God lead. Lead with T. Let God lead our whole, should I say world? Nation, I will just say nation. But it means actually world. Let God lead our whole nation. I'm just going to write next to it. If not, we will suffer the consequences, I guess, but we will not survive. Yeah, it's actually true. We will not survive. If not, we see what happens when we live in a sinful nation. But again, like I said, times are hard, and we just have to try to do our best and really let God lead. Because if we do that, if we really, when we make decisions, we really think about God and what He wants for us and what He would do in this situation, then I think we will be better off. And I'm going to put, makes sense to put the color of society here, which is the color purple. Won't stick. Is it right? A bit too far. And it won't work today. Oh la la. Now? Is it even straight? I don't know. Yeah. Good enough, I hope. And is it really the color of society? I'm pretty sure, but yeah, it's society. Okay, so this was it for today. I had many thoughts today, and I'm actually happy because before I didn't have much to say, and I found it sad, but at the same time, there wasn't much input I could put in there because it was more about the laws and what the priest should do, etc. So I'm actually happy that we got more input today. And yeah, with that, I hope I see you tomorrow, and I wish you a great day, evening or night. Bye!